Hello, everyone. Welcome to Thought for Thursday. I'm so happy to be with you tonight for another edition, another 15-minute quick session. Thought for Thursday is a portion of the Leveling Up the Podcast broadcast that we bring to you from the CTR Media Network platform, but it streams and you can watch it on your favorite streaming platform. So you can catch us and definitely see past episodes on YouTube at Jolie's Enterprises on YouTube. And of course, again, like I said, you can catch past episodes on our favorite or your favorite streaming platform. So, tonight, again, we're bringing to you a topic that is a pain point. We've been talking about reinvention. And what we do on Thursdays is bring you 15 minutes. And when you leave here, you will go away with tools that you can apply to something that you need to improve in your life, an area that you need to grow in, an area that you need to make changes in order to live the life, in order to reach the dream, to fulfill the purpose that you have been placed here to fulfill. So, tonight we're talking finances, something that you may not see as a part of reinvention. We've talked about the core for the past few weeks, which are those areas that you need to focus on that are going to get you established, get you the good foundation that you need in order to make the changes in your life that you need to make in order to grow and to thrive. Tonight, we're talking about finances and the importance of healthy finances, the importance that they have in ensuring, in basically preparing you and getting you set in order to make the reinvention changes that you need to make in order to grow, in order to achieve those dreams that you have been holding on and desiring to achieve for quite some time, in order to be successful this time and not be back on a hamster wheel, just kind of spinning your wheels, wondering why once again you have failed. We're talking all of the pieces that are necessary in order for you to make reinvention a reality for you. And tonight, like I said, we are talking about the importance of healthy finances and how having healthy finances can position you to support your reinvention. So, of course, like you or like me, many of us have just been dreaming of new opportunities, new directions, and a future that looks nothing like what your past looks like. What about a future that doesn't look like what your present looks like right now? So, we also, in the midst of all of this, talking about these dreams, talking about getting more, doing more, we're looking at bills stacking up. We're looking, retirement seems like it's nowhere near, right? We're wanting to start a business, go back to school, take a trip, but wondering how in the world are we going to be able to afford that because our finances don't quite look like they're going to be able to hold anything. So, reinvention really isn't just about dreaming big, though. It's about funding that life that you desire. Because this is what I know: vision without provision leads to frustration. And I'm sure you know that well also, if you've been in a place where finances haven't really been there or finances haven't really been structured so that they can support that dream, support the purpose that you're attempting to fulfill. So that's why we're talking healthy finances tonight. It matters because it gives you options, it gives you freedom, it gives you stability, and it gives you peace. It gives you peace of mind when you know that funds are not the things that may be deterring you from getting to where you want to be. It brings you all of those things because having that in place will be able to help you to get the wheels turning to get to where you want to be. And peace is what really allows you to show up fully in your purpose, not be stressed and not be struggling, but grounded and in control. So there are some things that we can do in order to ensure that we are financially sound in our reinvention. What are some of those things? That's what we're going to talk about right now. And the first one is, in order to do that, you have got to know your number and face your truth. Yeah, know where you are financially and face the fact that, yeah, I probably could use some help, right? I probably need to do something a little differently. So that's the starting place. Start with knowing where you are. Get the financial clarity that you need to have. You can't fix what you refuse to face, right? So often, it seems so much easier to just avoid finances because they don't quite look the way we want them to look. So we cope by avoiding them. Sit down. All right. How much do you bring in? These are things that you need to consider when you're facing where you are. How much do you bring in? How much do you spend? How much do you owe? What are your financial goals? Awareness, again, is the first step in freedom. Awareness is the first step in ensuring that you are financially sound. What's the second thing? Well, you may want to create a reinvention fund. You know that there are things that you want to do. And if you're really serious about them, like starting a business or going back to school or moving or taking care of yourself, yeah, that requires finances too. Absolutely. Monthly bills to the gym, monthly bills to wellness centers that are going to help you to maintain perhaps some illnesses that you're trying to get on top of. Whatever that looks like, chances are it's going to require some funds around it. And you need to look at that so that you can do what it is that you need to do to be healthy, for example, to be in a good place to move, to learn what it is that you need to do in order to build your business. It may require some investment. So start small if you have to, but set aside money that's specifically for your future. You think of your 401ks, you think of investments that you make. Well, you may not even want to go that route, even though it's important to do those things and to invest. And that may even require small investments at a time. But just set aside something that is specifically earmarked for this class. Set aside something that is specifically earmarked for this program that you want to enroll in. It's important to do that so that you can have something that's going to fund what it is that you really want to do and where it is that you really want to go. This is telling yourself, my future is worth saving for. My dream is worth saving for. My purpose, this reinvention that I want to take place in my life, it's worth saving for. What's a third thing? We all need to look at this. Well, cut emotional spending and get clear on what is a want versus a need. Oh my goodness. These are things that, yeah, I struggle with. I'm ready to admit and wholeheartedly will. Sometimes when, particularly now when life gets really crushing, it feels good to just be able to say, I'm going to go out and get this. And it's an emotional spend versus one that's really a need. And I'm not saying you don't ever go out and just splurge on something for yourself, but you have to consider these things when you're making a decision to make major moves in your life, to make major changes in your life. Do I want to splurge on this right now? Do I want to go ahead and give in to this emotional spending? Or do I want to hold on and save that $20 this week so that it can go towards that bigger thing that I'm trying to accomplish in another year or so? Ask yourself, is it really a need? Or is it a want? Am I buying this to fill a gap emotionally or because it truly, truly adds value? Am I doing this to just feel better right now? How's it going to make me feel days from now or weeks from now when I realize I'm even further away from doing that big thing, that major thing, that really important reinvention that I want to take place? It's important that you redirect those emotions, perhaps. Redirect those spending habits into investments in your future rather than, spend frivolously. Think to yourself, I'm going to put this here. This is just a corner, but it's an important corner that I need in order to build out that entire block. All right. This is a quarter of what I need. I know I need to get the whole block. This is going to help me by doing this and refraining from spending emotionally. That's going to help me to get to the block that I want to get. All right. What else? Well, create multiple streams of income. How many times, and I know we've all heard about this. I remember when it was really a big topic that was approached in investing. It's still a big topic, right? But I remember when it seemed to really kind of take more weight in my life. And it came about when I realized that there were different things that I wanted to do. And these different things could really create different streams of income for me. And that was really okay. I didn't have to be so linear focused. It was okay to look outside and think, I can do this and I can also do this. And this could create one stream of income and this could create another. And it's important to do that, particularly when you think about the fact that one stream may go in one direction that isn't so profitable, that's not going to, it could stop putting me in a place of gain and I might get in a place of loss. Well, I have another avenue that I can pursue. Not to mention, pursuing different avenues really does help you to grow in many instances a lot quicker. So think about that. What skill do you have that you can monetize? What service is there that you can offer? Is it time to launch that side business? All right. Write that book, offer that class, all things that I fully support and things that I know will help you to grow and put you in a good financial place. All right. Coming up on the fifth tip here. And what is that one? Get help. Don't be afraid to learn. Everybody, you have to realize that you don't have the answer to everything. You may be an expert in many things, but I guarantee you there is an area in which you can learn. Don't feel as though you have to sit back and stay in a financially unhealthy place because you're too ashamed to go out and admit, okay, this money over here just doesn't look like I really want it to look. I'm really ashamed to say where I am. If you are, well, guess what? There's a very good chance you'll never move from there. You will stay financially unhealthy. And we get into one of those snowballs that I frequently talk about, how one thing leads to another and another and another, and reinvention never takes place. Change never comes through. Growth never happens. You remain stagnant and you can't figure out why it is or how it is that you can move. Look into getting a coach. Investigate, take classes on investing, learn how to budget, get with a mentor. It is amazing. We often talk about my grandparents and my grandmothers in particular. If there was a lesson in learning how to save, you could definitely get it from them. They came in an era where they didn't have a whole bunch. And what they did have, they knew how to save for a rainy day. They knew how to save for the bigger things that they wanted. And chances are the bigger things they wanted really wasn't for themselves. It was to better the lives of their offspring, the people who came after them. All right. They wanted to ensure that they knew how to invest. They knew what to do. They knew how to go for better. All right. Look at people with wisdom in that area. Go to classes. There are so many YouTube courses that can deal with or that handle finances and helping you to get in a financial place, a good financial place. And we already talked about coaches. So yes, looking at your finances, looking to ensure that they are healthy is an important step in ensuring that reinvention can take place in your life. Not just reinvention, but the reinvention that you want, the reinvention that's going to help you to thrive. All right. Thank you so much for listening in this evening. Again, I always have tips on Thursdays. Come back and listen. Ensure that we're in the middle of a 12-week series that's talking about the things, kind of giving you the shell, all right? And giving you some meat as well on those bones so that you can get something that's going to help you to begin your process of reinvention. I have a program that I would love to talk to you about. I tell you about it every day or every Thursday at least. And to get more information on that, text the word more to 240-789-4299. Send an email to atucker at Jolise Enterprises. That's JOLEASE Enterprises.com. Or go on over to the website, joliseenterprises.com, and fill out the contact information and say, I just need more information. Several different ways. But again, you can text the word more to 240-789-4299, and I will make sure that you get more information and get tied into the exercises that I have coming out every week that support what it is that we talk about, that's supporting those 12 weeks of reinvention that I'm bringing to you. Go out and have a wonderful rest of the day, whatever part of the day this is that you're listening to this. Go be authentically you. Know that it is never too late to reinvent. Make sure that you do all that you can to fulfill the purpose that you've been placed here to fulfill, and to live a life that you are living in abundance and not in lack, one in which you thrive and one in which you are not living in a place of mediocrity. Go out and touch something and make a difference for yourself, knowing that your imprint is unique to you. Only you have it. Be you in all of your authenticity, and go out and have a great day.